Learning to read, write, and speak English is something that predominates the early years of my education, with my most vivid memories being between first and third grade. My most vivid memory of learning to read comes from my mother reading to me from Dr. Seuss books as I was in bed, and her having me sound out words with her, even if the words were complete nonsense, as they often were. This transition to the classroom, where words and sounds were put with meaning in order to enhance my reading ability. In first grade, I read my first book, which was one of the A to Z mysteries, which were short books made for kids based around a title with a certain alliterative wordplay, but were nonetheless my first real insight into reading extended lengths of text, something I have come to know to be rather common in my current life. When it comes to my earliest memories of learning to write, I am always drawn to the second grade where I had to write my first paragraph. The word paragraph in itself instills fear into the minds of a room full of second graders, and its actual meaning was almost as terrifying to us. Never before had we written such a lengthy piece of text. We were assigned rainforest animals to write this paragraph about. I was assigned the jaguar, and because of the paper that we wrote on, the certain dotted lines that told us where the lowercase letters should end, our paragraphs ended up taking up an entire page and became a rather lengthy project. Now, as I look back on it, paragraphs have become such an easy, manageable task that they're completable within a few minutes. Yet every time I hear the word, something in the back of my mind still brings me back to second grade where that word just connoted so much work and a hard time. My earliest memory of learning to speak lies in my first grade class as I sat on a multicolored rug in front of a teacher with a thick southern accent as she went through a morning exercise called phonics. Phonics was a process of us going through flashcards that depicted a particular set of letters that corresponded to a certain sound, and then was followed by a picture of something that displayed that set of letters and sound. For example, TION makes the shun sound, and it was then followed by a picture of lotion. When it comes to using phrases and my sense of humor, I can only now see that I will occasionally say some phrase that my mother used or make some joke that I feel like she would most likely have made, either her or my friends. Both of them have been the biggest influence on how I speak and interact with other people.